Holyoke High School was the place to be last night. That's where the 70th annual Grand Colleen Pageant took place, and we have all the details. During the pageant, contestants were judged on their resumes as well as their intelligence, personality, poise, and appearance.
It's a competition for young Irish ladies from the cities of Holyoke, Southampton, South Hadley, and East Hampton, and they get a chance to represent their community, their heritage, and themselves.
During yesterday's event, the top 5 finalists were chosen. They will now go on to the next round at the Grand Colleen Coronation Ball and Awards Dinner that is set for February 14th. There, one of the contestants will be crowned the 70th Grand Colleen.
You can expect to see Irish dancers, bagpipers. The girls are going to be walking the stage in a little bit, and their resumes are going to be read off for the audience and listing their accomplishments of what they've achieved so far.
One of the finalists will go on to be crowned as the Grand Colleen, with the others joining her court. The Grand Colleen will be awarded her own tiara and $3,000, which can be used as a scholarship or a trip to Ireland. She and her court will also be featured in Holyoke's St. Patrick's Day parade.